Welcome to Daily Field at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium here in Danville, Virginia. My name is Carlos Soli, and I have the honor of commentating tonight's game for you guys. Today, the Pfeiffer University Falcons have made their way out from Missheimer, North Carolina, to play against the Averett University Cougars. The more the sun is setting, the closer we're getting to this showdown. Tonight, we shall set our sights on the spectacle of scintillating soccer under the spotlights. Tonight, someone shall state their claim to secure a spot amongst the stars, whilst the other side will be forced to live through a soul-shattering sensation of stepping down before the summit. This story will have its conclusion here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. Let's get started with starting lineups. First, the guests from Pfeiffer. Number 1, Seth Limbert. Number 2, Juan Cabrera. Number 8, Caleb Yope. Number 10, Drew Garrow. Number 12, Wesley Hooker. Number 14, Jacob Rocha. Number 16, Benji Landeverde. Number 22, Alex Michael. Number 28, Adrian Carmona. Number 31, Jaden Wright. And number 32, Barrett Owens. The Averett starting lineup: number 1, Anibal Lopez. Number 2, Mario Gutierrez. Number 6, Daniel Sierra. Number 8, Joshua Garcia. Number 9, Fernando Pintos. Number 10, Diego Gifuni. Number 11, Hudson Bradley. Number 13, Marek Hanscom. Number 16, Patrick Leslie. Number 21, Hugo Mireles. And number 29, Gavin Blanks. We will be back after the national anthem. Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network here on Flow College. Averett have 1 win and 1 draw in their first 2 games, whilst Pfeiffer have 1 win in their opening game, which ended 2-1 against Guilford. Historically, this game has been very tight, with Averett just about having the upper hand. In total, Averett have 8 wins, Pfeiffer have 6, and there has been 2 draws. Averett are on a 5-game winning streak versus Pfeiffer, the latest one coming last year in North Carolina in a thrilling 3-1 win in favor of the Averett University Cougars. Last year, Pfeiffer impressed on the road, winning 3, losing 1, and drawing 2, and a total record of 4 wins, 8 losses, and 3 draws. So they are a very strong team away. That might say something about their tactical setup, their strategy. We'll wait and see. I mean, time will tell. A draw between these two teams would be the first time since 2019. So there's a lot of complexities, a lot of context that we can provide this game. I mean, we're really excited to see how this game will go. It's always such a fun time to commentate for you guys. I'm so honored to be here with you all. The player to watch for the away team today is number 22, Alex Michael. He's a player to watch out for as he has 9 goals and 2 assists in 28 games across 3 seasons. But what's so impressive about that number is that he's doing that from a center back position. He was the top goal scorer for the Falcons last year with 5 goals. So he's such an aerial threat. Pfeiffer are very, very scary on those set pieces. So those set pieces will definitely be something to look out for. He earned All USA South second team honors for his efforts. And not only does he score goals, but it's the moments he scores goals. He scored 2 goals in a 2-1 win versus Johnson and Wales last season, 2 in a 3-3 draw versus Piedmont, and 1 versus William Peace, which ended 2-1. 1-1. So this is a contest we have on our hands. As the game kicks off, Mireles sends it to Lopez. Lopez sends it long. Garcia and Mireles in the aerial duel. It goes out to Bradley, who plays left wing back today. Pintos finds Blanks, who does a one-time pass to Bradley, but it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Falcons. The goalkeeper is waiting for his team to set. He sends his players higher up, and as it seems like he will send it long. Both teams getting set. He sends it long, high. It's flicked on. No team getting control. Sierra clearing it, trying to find someone in behind. The ball is still in the air. No one really having control of the ball. It does go out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars. There was a little disconnect between the referees, but they ended up on the same page. Pinto sends it long. He tries to find Blanks. The Falcons are coming in behind. It's now a foot race. The referee deemed that the Falcon player was fouled, and because he didn't have that much control of the ball, he decided to take it back and give a free kick in the favor of the Falcons inside the Cougar half. It's in between the 30 and the 40-yard line, all the way on the right-hand side. The Falcons getting an early set-piece opportunity. Number 22, Alex Michael, is the player to watch. It seems like Mario Gutierrez is the man that has been tasked to mark him as of right now. It's sent deep. Mireles does a good job of clearing it. It goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. The Pfeiffer goalkeeper today is Seth Limber. He sends it long, and it goes way past the Averett defensive line. It goes in behind, but Mario Gutierrez was able to read it, and he heads it to Lopez. Lopez puts it down. He finds Pintos. Pintos finds Gifuni. Gifuni with a one-time pass back to Pintos. Pintos assessing his options. He's getting pressed intensely. He sends it back to Lopez. He escaped there as Lopez finds Gutierrez. Gutierrez out to his right back, who today is Leslie. Leslie tries to get control of it. He was pressed, and Pfeiffer did a really good job of forcing him to make a mistake. It goes out for a throw-in in favor of Pfeiffer University inside the Averett University half. Throw is taken down the line. It's an intense battle with Gutierrez. Gutierrez picks up the ball quickly, knowing it's his throw-in. He tries to find someone in behind quickly, but he doesn't connect with anyone, and he gives the ball over to Leslie, who will take it, trying to find someone to throw it to. He throws it all the way back to his goalkeeper. And they switch the point of attack. Now it's back with Pintos. Pintos finds Sierra. Sierra finds Hamscom. Really well done by Alex Michael. Wright does a good job of cutting inside. But Leslie with a crunching tackle. Very well done. The referee deemed it as okay. They're allowed to play. And now another crunching tackle. And Mireles gets clipped on his ankle. And the Sierra takes the free kick quickly. Finds Pintos. Now all the way over to Bradley. Bradley trying to find something on the inside. He's not able to. Pintos, a very technically gifted player. He tries to find blanks down the line. It seems like there's a lot of urgency to get in behind and counterattack from the Avery University Cougars. They're starting this game very intensely. But now there's a lot of space in the middle third. Pfeiffer University sees that they try to attack it, but they don't find anyone in behind as they opt to send it backwards. Now it goes in behind. The linesman says it's okay. It's an intense battle against Gutierrez. It's inside the box. It's a push in the back, but there's no foul. It continues inside the box, and it goes inside. And Hudson Bradley does a very good job of getting in front, just about getting a toe onto it. A very dangerous attack, a very direct approach today from Pfeiffer University. Once again, a set-piece opportunity. Jacob Rocha is the one that will take the throw-in. He sends it long. It's a flick on one by Michael. And it went to the second post, but luckily for Averett, there was no one to capitalize. Anibal Lopez trying to calm the play down, trying to maintain possession. Urgency and intensity is good, but if it lacks control, how do you move forwards? That's the question that Averett will need to answer today. They have at times lacked urgency in their play, but they're showing urgency, they're showing willingness, they're showing determination in these first few minutes. But the game management will be very important. There's two very different squads today. The Averett squad is very thin. It's something that we mentioned earlier on in this season, just how thin the squad is, and that's going to lead to difficulties, not only with physical rotation, players being tired, but a lack of tactical flexibility too. There's an obvious player missing today, Alvaro Del Rio, who's been a stalwart at center back. And it's a throw, and it's a cross! I was talking about the squad depth, but Averett were conjuring a very well-worked attack. They were orchestrating something down that left flank. Hudson Bradley, a right-footed player. Out of nowhere, Hugo Mireles with a beautiful shot, and it goes onto the crossbar, and it deflects and goes out for a rebound far, far out from the box. But out of nowhere, Averett have just had two huge opportunities. Two very different opportunities, one coming from beautiful play down the left-hand side, and another one coming just with a long shot, sees the goalkeeper somewhat off his line. It was very well executed. It was unlucky that it hit the crossbar. If that would have gone in, we would have the goal of the season in the second game of the season, or at least the home season, with the third game of the season for Averett. I mean, wow, this is showing some good signs for a good spectacle for us today. We've only played 8 minutes of this first half, and we've already seen signs of some really intense play. Two very different attacks coming from Averett now, but then the set pieces, which has been so dangerous from Pfeiffer. It seems like at times neither team has control, but I think that's almost what makes this game so intense, that it's two teams trying to get control, but because they're so landlocked to one another, it's like no team is able to get control. Fernando Pintos, shrugging. He's somewhat confused, but he gets the ball back. He tries to send it down the line. Coach Philip Wilson, who's in his 12th season at Averett, his 10th as head coach, I believe, he also showed some sort of disappointment with that pass, with that decision by Pintos. Gifuni is able to flick it on to Garcia. Garcia down to Leslie. Leslie has time. He assesses his options. He tries to find someone. He finds Gutierrez. His pass is almost intercepted. Gutierrez sees that the pass is just a little too weak. He sends it all the way into the in behind. Now it's Alex Michael and Joshua Garcia. Joshua Garcia really leaving a mark, and the referee once again saying no problem. Alex Michael staying on the floor, but Pfeiffer continuing to play. Fernando Pintos with the interception. It finds Hamscom. Hamscom. This is an intense game. Two teams really going at it. Hamscom leaving a mark on number 8, Caleb Yope. I mean, this game, referee, if I was the referee now, I think I'd be dishing out cards early just to get the temperament of this game down. Fernando Pintos is the one on the free kick. The longer and longer the referee allows certain play to go, and it's taken, and it's dangerous. Sorry. The longer the referee lets certain tackles go, the more and more intense it will get. And intensity is good for us. We love intense play, but intense and rough and, full-on foul play is very different. So the earlier he's able to set the marker down, the better it is for everyone involved. A very dangerous set piece was just taken. Fernando Pintos dinking it over the defensive line of Pfeiffer. It almost found blanks on the second-hand post. Leslie finds Hamscom. Hamscom with a positive touch onto the inside, trying to cut inside, but his touch is intercepted. Now it's right on the left-hand side. Showing great pass. 1, 2, 3. Oof. And he's passed. And he's getting passed. A very dangerous player here on the left-hand side. Number 31. He was able to get past a couple of Averett players before someone was able to cover and intercept and then clear it. But seems like Pfeiffer now are doing a good job of maintaining possession. Averett, with the formation change from last season, for those who followed the last couple of seasons, know a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, and even at times a 4-4-2 diamond has been the go-to formations. But now, in search for more defensive solidity and more space when they're attacking, especially in those counterattacks, Averett have switched to a 5-3-2, having 2 strikers up front and 2 wing backs, providing the width with and without the ball. It's very different from when the teams last met. So this has the opportunity to be a very different game to what we've ever seen before between these two sides. But what we've always been promised with these two sides are goals. Last time, one of the teams kept a clean sheet. So last time, one of the teams didn't score in a game between the two sides was in 1996. The Bulls just won a ring on their way to get their second three-peat. So they won in 96, 97, 98. Clinton won the re-election, and the Macarena topped the Billboard chart. So the world looked very different when these two teams didn't go at it. The throw-in was taken deep and was flicked on by Wright, but it only finds Lopez. Anibal Lopez is a player to watch in this game. He's been very, very, very safe these first 2 games, I've noticed. He's rarely making a mistake. He knows when to clear. He knows when to play it short. He communicates very well. But also he had a great penalty save away against William Peace, going low quickly. He's a low center of gravity, and he's very agile, so he was able to showcase that ability in the last game. Now it's a throw-in deep inside the Falcons' half in favor of the Cougars. And it's taken deep. Finds Mireles. Mireles is able to flick it on to Blanks. Garcia shoots, and it's blocked. But a very dangerous opportunity. Now it's Sierra. Sierra's shot is also blocked. Hamskom! A great save. A very dangerous attack. Very different from the long throw that the Falcons had earlier. This one seemed a little less planned, but what they were able to do, they were able to get players into box, win the second, third, and fourth contest constantly. And they got 1, 2, and then a third shot off, and that third shot was very dangerous. Now a short corner taken. Gifuni finds Meirelles. Gifuni with a left-footed cross. It's dangerous to the second post, trying to find freshman blanks. They weren't able to. Sierra wins the battle. The referee says all good. He finds Pintos. Pintos back to Sierra. And it's out for a corner kick once again in favor of the Cougars. This time it's a in-swinging corner. Gifuni will take with his right. He sends it. He sends it to the second post. It was dangerous, but there was no one in that space he sent it to. Now it's a goal kick for the Falcons. This game has started intense, but neither team really maintaining control of possession. It's been very tight in that sense, but I mean, I think the biggest talking point, and I know it's only been 15 minutes, but the biggest talking point is those battles. I mean, wow, the referee is being very lenient today, for better or worse. I mean, we love ourselves some tackles, but we are not watching American football right now. So, of course, we love tackles. We love also players who show that they care and that they want to win and they're giving it all, but if it gets too much, then just like that, wow, that one was that one was intense. The referee having a word with number 10, Drew Garrow. Pintos draws the foul and he takes it quickly. He sends it to Sierra. Sierra to Lopez. Lopez does a beautiful chop, but he gets past right. Lopez over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez showing his frustration. Talking about frustration, Fernando Pintos also showed his frustration to the linesman on his side, saying that he's being attacked too hard. And I can understand his frustration, but there's been very intense tackles on both from both sets of players. It's taken deep. It's flicked on once again. It's a finish, and it's shot, and it's dangerous, and it's very dangerous. But it was a very dangerous shot. It was taken on the half volley on the first touch. Very well done, very well executed. Just a little skewed, a little too much curve on it. Gutierrez finds blanks. He's not able to maintain it. Pfeiffer once again with possession. Averett trying to play from the back, but they play a couple passes in that defensive line, and then they just seem to send it long anyway. So they're really struggling to playing and attracting the press. Pfeiffer seems to be fine with Averett trying to play out of the back and then just sending it long anyway. It's sent in the box. It's intercepted by Gifuni. Gifuni finds Blanks. Blanks does a good job of keeping his body in between his opponent and the ball. He tries to find Hamskom in behind. He does, but very good defensive play, which means that Pfeiffer have regained the ball. They start again quickly. It's now on the right-hand side. The goalie opting for a longer pass over to the left-hand side. It finds Wright with a beautiful touch and then finding his teammate. Meirelles fouls Caleb Yope. We saw that longer pass from Blanks over to Hamscom, and it's very encouraging to see that two players that haven't been able to practice a lot with each other with this preseason being so short, that they're able to find one another. When having two strikers, it's very important that they're able to connect and have good chemistry on the pitch. As a free kick is taken, it was taken short, or it was attempted to go long, but it ended up short. Gifuni was able to intercept, but it went nowhere. Wright, being very explosive. Wright being very explosive. He loves to carry the ball forwards, and he's done a really good job of doing so. But now Mireles drew the foul, and Averett once again deciding to take it quickly, trying to catch Pfeiffer off guard. Sierra found Pintos. Pintos to Bradley. And Bradley tries to cut inside, but he draws the foul instead. Sierra takes a short to Gifuni. Gifuni switches the point of attack over to Gutierrez. It ends up behind him. He having to get it. It goes in behind. Finds the head of Alex Michael. Wright able to flick it on. Mireles in a tight battle. And once again, these battles are rough. The referee is kind of putting a marker down. Pfeiffer with the throw in. It's taken high and long. Gutierrez misses out on the header, but Pintos and Sierra does a really good job of covering for him in that space and behind. They send it back to Lopez. Lopez with a long ball over to Leslie. It finds Blanks. Blanks able to maintain it. And he draws the foul, to the dismay of the Pfeiffer bench. The Pfeiffer squad being very big, a lot of players. And that's really going to benefit them not only today, but longer on into the season with that flexibility to rotate. When players get tired, injured, they have players, but also that tactical flexibility, able to play certain players in a certain position at different times and subbing players in, out to get a different setup. It's a luxury that any coach would dream to have. You see the difference in the two squads just looking at the benches. Gifuni does a good job of intercepting. Sends it to Sierra. Sierra trying to find someone in behind. He finds Leslie. Leslie with an audacious run. Audacious and optimistic on his right wing back side. Averett believing that they should have had a throw in, but the referee decides it goes in favor of Pfeiffer instead. Now this time the throw in is taken the other way, so it goes backwards to switch the point of attack from one center back to another. It goes back to the left hand side. They try to find Wright in behind. He cuts inside. Was intercepted. And Garcia trying to find Hamscom. Hamscom gets the ball under control. He's fouled by Juan Cabrera. One of the questions for Averett right now is how are the two strikers going to handle their battles with the two center backs by Pfeiffer, who are so intimidating. I mean, they're very big center backs, big players. They're great in the aerial duels. What do? Do you try to attract them and get that space in behind? You move them around? Because, I mean, they've been trying to get in behind a lot, and they've had somewhat success with it. Sierra, a very well taken free kick. It was deep. It was just about inside the Pfeiffer half. It was taken, found the head of Sierra, but the goalkeeper grasps it easily. Now over to the right-hand side. The Pfeiffer midfielder evades pressure from Gifuni, sends it over to Juan Cabrera. Cabrera over to his fullback. Goes in behind. Pintos with a header out. The referee deemed there was a foul somewhere in the Pintos duel, and it goes out, and it goes for a free kick. It's taken quickly by Sierra, once again finding Pintos. Pintos has been highly pressured, but he's been able to evade the pressure most of the time. And this time, another foul. Pintos takes it quickly over to Sierra. Leslie asking for the ball with a switch all over, but goes to Gutierrez. Gutierrez with space in front of him. He sends it long. Trying to find Bradley in behind. He's not able to, and the pass is intercepted. Goes over to Rocha. Rocha has been very direct in his passing today, always trying to find someone inside that left half space. And credit where credit's due, Pfeiffer have been very willing in their runs in behind, especially Wright and Caleb Yope on that left-hand side. Thrown is taken. It's once again very high up in the air. It's flicked on. I believe it's a foul. It seems like it's at least a set piece. If it's a thrown or a foul or a free kick, I'm not sure as of yet. Yes, it's a free kick deep inside the Averett half in favor of the Falcons, all the way on the right-hand side. It seems like a right footer will take it, meaning it will swing outwards away from the goal. Alex Michael is the man that we pointed out before the game, but looking at this Pfeiffer squad as well, Wright is very dangerous. He's very direct, but also Juan Cabrera. Juan Cabrera on the second post. It's taken, it's deep. And it is Cabrera who got his head onto it, and it hits the post. But there is a foul of some sorts inside the box, and it just about got blown for a foul right when Cabrera got his head onto it. These are the set pieces that we mentioned before the game, that they will be very important to how this game turns out. How Averett will deal with set pieces, both attacking and defensively. Because set pieces defensively, I mean, with so many physical dominant players on the opponent team, what do? You know, you just have to match them the best way you can. But attackingly, an offensive point of view, what do? What I would do personally is take the opportunity to create angles or maintain possession depending on where the set piece is taken. Short corners, there are a debate in this sport, you know, how effective they are or not. But if you take a short corner and create a shooting opportunity curved inwards rather than, you know, shooting the ball outwards just onto the head of the opponent, you're creating some disarray, you're creating some confusion, you're creating it more difficult, you're making it more difficult for your opponent, and that's the whole point with the set pieces. Not only making a goal-scoring opportunity for yourself, but also making it more difficult for your opponent. So being able to have that flexibility as a set-piece taker is very important. The goalkeeper for Pfeiffer sends it long. It's high. It finds the header right, but bounces to Bradley. Bradley trying to find Hamscom. Hamscom and Cabrera have been in very many duels today. It goes in behind on the right-hand side. It's going quickly now. It's inside the box. Sierra does a good job of getting there, but it goes to Pfeiffer and it's in. It's a very well-worked goal by Wesley Hooker. He scored the winner versus Guildford as well. A very, very well worked goal. He found space on the right hand side. He evades pressure a couple times. Then he's able to toe poke it past Aníbal Lopez. Lopez does a really good job of getting close to him, of cutting the angles, but he was able to toe poke it into the far corner, and now it's 1-0 to the away side. We've talked about Pfeiffer's away record last season. They were so good away from home last year, getting 3 of their 4 total wins away from home. You know, it seems like they are very well suited tactically for being an away team. They like to get that pressure onto them, to find that space in behind, and that's how they got this goal. Averett now must answer questions. And with 16 minutes and 52 seconds left of this first half, how are they going to respond? Averett will be tested many, many times this season, and this is just one of the many, many tests they have in front of them. Gutierrez finds Gifuni. Gifuni's trying to get the ball under control. He finds Pintos. Pintos cuts inside. He does a really good job of doing so. But he gets the ball robbed from him. And then there's a foul. That's a yellow card to Pintos, to the arousal of the Pfeiffer bench. The intensity hasn't let down much after those first couple of minutes. This has been a very intense game, as I've said many times, but it really has. At times, it's been very direct. Neither team wasting time trying to get in behind. Set pieces taking long, throw-ins, goal kicks, everything. If they have the opportunity to get in behind, they will do so. Hooker now cutting inside, trying to find someone on the second-hand post. It was a beautiful run and a beautiful pass, but Pintos does a really good job of reading that and heading it away. Pintos, a very technically gifted attacking midfielder, is forced to play as the left center back today due to the injury to Alvaro Alvarez del Rio. Del Rio, who's done a really good job on that left-hand side. He's forced out with injury, and Fernando Pintos has the technical qualities to play there, as you've seen when Averett tried to maintain the ball. He does a really good job of evading the press, but he doesn't have the defensive fibers in his DNA that Del Rio does, which again, you must feel for Coach Wilson, just simply due to the lack of squad depth there is today. But he's done a really good job of kind of sorting out that issue, getting players behind him and support him, and the fact that many players will get a lot of game time. And as a player, that's all you want. You want game time. So kind of underlining that principle that if you practice like you should, you will get play time, especially with such a small squad. But also that everyone has a position, everyone has a role in this team, everyone has a role to play. When there's a bigger squad, there's always a couple players that will feel left out, that will feel like they don't have a place in the team, and so on and so on. But when it's such a small squad, Coach Wilson has done a good job of getting everyone behind him and work as one unit off the pitch and in practice at least. But they are struggling on the pitch today. Really well done by Pfeiffer to regain possession as they calm the play down. It's all the way over on the right-hand side. They try to get in behind. Pintos trying to grab onto right. He's not able to. Right has been so dangerous today. Now on the right is on the right-hand side. And it's crossed, and it's very dangerous. It finds a Pfeiffer player just outside the box. Juan Cabrera is able to intercept the clearance. He finds Wright. Wright does a great job of cutting inside. He's past 2, 3, 4. He shoots. That would have been a goal that would have been a dagger right before the half is done. It is 13 and a half minutes left, but if Averett would have gone down with a 2-0 disadvantage, with so much soccer left to play, it would have been such a dagger to the heart. But as of right now, that right miss has given them a lifeline. Averett now eager and urgent to start once again. It's a great interception. And they get in behind. They try to find a runner in behind, and it's very well played by Pfeiffer, a very well constructed attack. It starts with a high press onto the Averett players who are struggling to bypass that press. They're playing three at the back, but they're putting the middle center back. As Gavin Blanks goes in behind, he's caught up by Juan Cabrera. He wasn't able to control the ball, but he did a really good job of getting in behind, and it was a really good pass into space, into his stride. But Juan Cabrera does a really good job of covering for himself. These are the kind of situations that Averett need to get into now that they have two strikers. One striker draws one of the center backs out, creating a 1v1 situation in behind, and then being aware that coming back in again to support the Averett player's strike partner. So whoever plays up front with one another, they need to have that thing in mind. Pintos falls to the ground, but he's quick to get back up again. They switch the point of attack. It goes from Gutierrez over to Leslie. Leslie cuts inside. He tries to point to someone. He passes to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Garcia. Garcia to Leslie. Leslie in behind. Both strikers running onto it, trying to get a trying to get a numerical superiority over Cabrera. Cabrera is forced to send it out, and it's a throw-in deep inside the Falcons' half on the right-hand side. In favor of the Cougars. There's just been a change. Pintos has gone out, and in comes number 28, Moses Kushinde. The ball is cleared deep, and it's a foot race. It's very well controlled, but the substitute Moses Kushinde does a really good job of getting there, and he clears it. Thrown is taken, and it finds the feet of a Pfeiffer player. And it's cleared after the whistle's blown, but the referee doesn't have a problem with it. It happens so quickly that I don't think that's something that you need to blow. But having a word with him wouldn't hurt anyone. As Gutierrez places the ball down, he sends his teammates up. He pretends he's going all the way over to Leslie, but he sends it short to Sierra. Sierra able to maintain possession. He sends it back to Gutierrez. Now Gutierrez sends it deep, trying to find Blanks. He's not able to. And Seth Limbert is able to clutch it in his arms. Earlier we were talking about playing out of the back. Now it's Pfeiffer's turn to do so. As they find Cabrera. Cabrera is forced to send along after some intense pressure. The clearance finds Blanks. Blanks trying to flick it onto Hamscom. He's not able to. And Cabrera once again clears. The point I was trying to make earlier was that Averett are struggling to some extent because they're able to, at times, get past that first line of pressure by Pfeiffer. But how they get into that middle and final third of the field will be very important. And it seems like they don't want to send long, but it doesn't look like they have any other options. They're forced to do so. And I understand the frustration of some of the players, definitely, as now Pfeiffer getting in behind. Leslie does a good job of staying on his feet and winning the ball. He cuts inside. He maintains possession. He tries to find Gifuni, but his pass is intercepted. Now, Pfeiffer enter the box on the left-hand side. They're inside. He cuts inside. And the finish is deflected and out. A very good attack by Pfeiffer. A dangerous pass backwards by Leslie is intercepted. He did such a good job of intercepting the ball himself and running inside. He tried to find someone trying to get in behind. That urgency we talked about. But his pass backwards was intercepted, and then it finds Wesley Hooker on the left-hand side, who cuts inside, sends a diagonal pass just inside of the box, and it lands in someone's feet, and it was very dangerous. Now it's taken, and it finds someone at least at that second-hand post, and it was very dangerous. A very well-taken corner. It goes all the way over to the second-hand post, and it seemed like there was a lot of space there. Gutierrez is showing his frustration, trying to orchestrate a good defensive lineup, a good defensive formation, but it's very difficult. This time, the corner will be an outswinger, a right-footed player on the right-hand side. 2 hands in the air. He sends it deep. It finds Alex Michael, and it bounces around. And Garcia is the one that needs to clear, and he does so. As it finds Mireles. Mireles tries to find Garcia. It finds Bradley instead. Bradley trying to get in behind it. He's not able to. As Pfeiffer once again regain possession high up the pitch. Seydou Kone in a battle against Leslie. And the referee deems it's a foul by Leslie in favor of Kone. Now a very dangerous set piece, a free kick on the left-hand side, just outside the box. There's been so much going on in this game that I've never really had the time to analyze certain things. But what I see from the way Averett play out of the back, they have very clear principles they're trying to do, but Pfeiffer is making life difficult for them. This 3 in the back and how you use the wing backs is very difficult. But also with the midfield, from my point of view, it seems like there's a disconnect between the midfield and the defensive line. The free kick is taken, and it finds someone once again on the second-hand post. Now it's out for a corner on the right-hand side. Caleb Yope seems to be the guy for the set pieces on this Pfeiffer team, and he delivers time and time again very dangerous set pieces. It seems like something that Pfeiffer have put a lot of time on the practice pitch. Josh Escobar, number 4, fell onto the ground, but referees told him to get up. Caleb Yope once again with both arms in the air. He sends it deep. Finds Michael. A very good clearance on the line. And Michael is able to get on his head onto it again. Now it goes out for a throw-in deep inside the Averett half in favor of the Falcons. It's sent deep, and it's an attempted clearance, but it goes deeper into the box. Leslie trying to get a tackle in. He was accelerated by past. He was bypassed, and then it finds Moses Kushindi, who was able to get a foot in and won a goal kick in his team's favor. It was taken quickly as it found Gutierrez to Leslie, to Lopez, and then to Gutierrez once again. Gifuni finds Leslie sending it long. It finds Mireles over to Bradley. They get in behind. Bradley now inside the box. He tries to send it. He tries to find blanks. That was a very well-constructed attack. Swift play back to front. That's more of the kind of play we need to see from Averett. Rather than just sending it long after a couple passes, they're a little more patient, a little more trust in themselves to evade the pressure. Because at the start of the game, once there was pressure, they felt like, oh, we need to get it out. But drawing that pressure means that you're creating space elsewhere for someone else. But now, Pfeiffer counterattack, and they're getting in behind direct. They bypass Diego Gifuni. They get into the box. It's sent in. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Bradley sends it to Leslie. Leslie with a high pass to Gutierrez. Gutierrez does a good job of controlling it. Finds Lopez. Lopez forced to send long. Tries to find Garcia. He's not able to. Now it's a battle almost by the corner flag. It's sent in. Gifuni gets a heel onto it. And it finds Lopez. Lopez wasting no time, trying to send it long. It's Cabrera versus Hamscon. Cabrera wins that. With the ball bouncing around, no team's able to get control, but now there is control, and there's a counterattack. Now Pfeiffer on the left-hand side. They're inside the box. It's sent in. And the cross, very dangerous, is intercepted by Sierra. And he's forced to clear it out for a throw-in. With just 2.5 minutes left of the half, Pfeiffer understand that they are not in a rush. They are taking the time they need as they're preparing for a deep throw-in. Jacob Rocha sending it long. And it's flicked on. And it's taken and it hits the crossbar. Both teams have now hit the crossbar. In two very different ways, but both teams have a shot that's hit the crossbar. Now, once again, a throw-in on this left-hand side, which has been so dangerous. It's taken deep. Flicked on once again. It's attempted clearance. It's failed, but a very good block once again by Moses Kushindi. Kushindi has done a really good job of getting his body on the line. Quite literally on the line. He was forced to head it out, and he did so. But then, once again, he's had a couple of blocks, which he's done such a good job with. The throw-in was once again taken deep, and it was flicked on, but wasn't able to find anyone. So this time it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Averett Cougars. Gutierrez to Gifuni. Gifuni getting pressured. Does a beautiful pass to find Mireles. Mireles under pressure. He draws a foul. He tries to put the ball down to take it quickly, but he has players in his way, so he's not able to do so. Sierra sends it long. He tries to find Bradley all the way over on the right-hand side. He's not able to do so. He finds Mireles. Sierra is able to intercept, trying to maintain control. Leslie sends it long. Not able to find an Averett player. It's intercepted, and Pfeiffer launch a counterattack to end this half, and they're in behind. And it's called for offside. A very dangerous attack by Pfeiffer. Averett trying to get something out of this half. But they haven't been able to. Other than that, those couple of chances early on, they haven't had much go their way offensively. Things have stagnated in that sense. They send everybody up. Lopez takes it quickly to find Gutierrez. Gutierrez sends it long. It's deep. It finds Blanks. Blanks trying to flick it on. Leslie with interception. Leslie trying to get past. He finds Garcia. Garcia finds Gifuni. Sierra. Sierra's inside the box. And it's intercepted. Rocha. Rocha is fouled by Sierra in his own half, all the way over on the right-hand side. With 1 second left. Referee blows for half-time. That was a very intense half. We'll take some time, some breathing space. I think that's needed for everyone involved. And we'll be back shortly here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College.
Flow Sports has changed the game. We created the essential destination NCAA fans deserve. Together, Flow College and NCAA conferences, institutions, and teams have taken all collegiate sports to the next level.
Oh my goodness! Back to Jones. She lets it fly from deep, and she buries it. Oh, a wraparound. He's got some speed down the sideline. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
The new collegiate record belongs to Parker Valby.
In front, Stockfish, offload shot, score!
Smith making three. That is crushed.
It's a touchdown!
welcome back here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College with under 4 minutes left of the break until the second half starts again. We do have a couple of things to talk about. This game has been, I know I've said it a lot, intense, yeah, sure. But also tactically it's been very, I don't know if messy or disorganized is the right word, because I know the coaches have put a lot of effort into organizing their teams, but the execution hasn't been there, at least from the start. The teams very much struggled with maintaining possession, dominating the ball game, but the physical battles were, that's what made this game so intense. And don't get me wrong, I had a good time watching it. It's always fun for neutral to watch a game which is intense, where it seems like the teams really care about what's being played, what's at stake. But I also prefer watching good soccer, and both teams have struggled at times with that, but also they've definitely had their moments, in very different ways. We saw the shot by Hugo Moreles, which hit the crossbar. That was wow. And right before that, Averett had a very well-constructed attack on the left-hand side, which is also one of the benefits with this 5 at the back. You have the wing-backs providing width and, creating overloads on the sides, whilst also having 2 strikers and then at least 1 central midfielder making those runs into the box. And it was Joshua Garcia who almost got a foot onto the ball. And all he needed to was to get a foot onto the ball, and that's 1-0 to Averett before it's 1-0 to Pfeiffer. So this has been a game of small margins, but those small margins means that Averett have a lifeline. I think that's the most important thing for Averett to underline in this half. They need to highlight the fact that, hey, Pfeiffer have been intense in the pressure, they've been very good in the set pieces, and they scored a very good goal, but no 2 halves of soccer are the same. They need to understand that they have a lifeline that, it's only 1-0, 1 goal, and we're back to square one. And Averett have done this before. We've seen them done it many times. Start games slow. For those who watched last season, we all know that they struggled in many games in the first half, and then they scored so many goals in the second half. And they only missed playoffs by 2 points behind EMU. So, how they're going to tackle this half, I'm not sure. I wouldn't throw the kitchen sink at it yet because it's only 1-0. But I also see the positives with this 5 at the back, and try to stop the mindset of saying this is a 5 at the back, but 3 at the back. I know I'm saying it's a 5 at the back, but that's because it is. But if they try to play, instead of a 5-3-2, a 3-5-2, and I know that is what they're doing when they have the ball, yes. But what I mean by that is just the mentality switch, being more on the front foot, being more willingness and more desire to attack, but also when playing out from the back, being more patient and trying to find options not further up the pitch as in behind, but further up the pitch as in the middle third. Because when you play a 3-5-2, that means you have 3 central midfielders, just as you do in a 4-3-3. So the building out from the back isn't going to be that much different. And not only that, you have 2 strikers, which means 1 striker can drop and even make it 4 midfielders in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get 1 fullback down, send the other one up, create width on the other side, create some disarray, create movements. Because the pitch is small for 22 players to be on it. But if you want to create space, you need to create it for yourself. That's what all the greatest teams do. We saw the great Barcelona teams back in the day. They were so good at creating space because they would play short and move the opponent around. That's the whole point. Averett haven't been able to move the opponent around that much. The only difference is that Pfeiffer have been able to do that to a greater extent, but also that they've been more consistent, more efficient. But not that very much more. It's only 1-0. And we know, as we mentioned earlier, that the last time a team in this game didn't score was in 1996. So we're waiting for more goals as the Pfeiffer Falcons kick us off. Cabrera finds Alex Michael. Michael sends it long. A beautiful pass in behind Wright controls it. He cuts inside. He finishes. He shoots. And Aníbal Lopez is forced to create a rebound. A very good shot, but an even better save. And Pfeiffer remain in control of the ball. Deep inside the Averett half. And they're inside the box once again. Aníbal Lopez does a really good job of sweeping. He comes out. Fernando Pintos and Daniel Sierra play a 1-2. Pintos out to Bradley. Bradley trying to find blanks. It goes in behind blanks and Mireles. So a Pfeiffer defender is able to step in, clear, and it goes out for a goal kick. It's taken quickly. Lopez to Pintos. Pintos all the way over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez finds Leslie. Leslie all the way back to his goalkeeper, Lopez. Pintos has time and space. He assesses his options. He finds Mireles. Those are the kind of passes we need more of by Averett. They send it out to Bradley. And it's a little disarray in the middle, but Sierra is able to find Gifuni. Gifuni finds Blanks. Blanks is inside the box. He tries to get past Michael, but he's not able to. But that was very, very positive. Averett able to attract the pressure, play out from the defensive third into the middle third, and then there's no need to play in the middle third if there's space in behind. You know, like many of the great managers say so, that if there's space in behind, there's no need to wait and just play for the sake of playing. But if the space in behind is too difficult to get into, then the whole point is to attract pressure to create space to get in behind. That's the whole point of these shorter passes. As Gifuni tries to find Hamskom, but it's intercepted by Michael. Now Cabrera. Similarly to Averett, it seems like there's at times that Pfeiffer look like a 3 at the back, but they are playing a 4 at the back. It's just that the fullbacks are very flexible in their movements, sometimes going in, sometimes going out. There is a clear 4 at the back, as we can see right now. And I remember when I played against them, I believe they did so. But similar to the Averett women's team, on this, as you guys see now, Patrick Leslie has the ball on his right-hand side. Therefore, the left fullback for Pfeiffer pushes up. There he is on the back of Hamskom. And you see the Pfeiffer right back pushes into the middle. This creates a very difficult situation for Averett on the right-hand side. As they see, they're not able to get past. But that means there is space somewhere else, which Averett need to be able to exploit. Something that Pfeiffer were able to do when they made their goal. Hooker did a really good job of finding the space on the right-hand side and then cutting in. Leslie sends it long and it bounces out to Mireles. Mireles plays a 1-2 with Garcia. Mireles over to Sierra. Sierra finds Bradley all the way on the left-hand side. He's got a 1v1 situation. He sends it back to Gifuni. Gifuni to Pintos. Pintos has time to assess his options. He runs into the space ahead of him. He sends it back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez points to Leslie. Leslie, make yourself available, he says. Gutierrez finds Pintos. And then Leslie with the first-time pass over to Hamskom. Hamskom being pushed over. And he shows his frustration, but it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Falcons inside their own half. All the way over the left-hand side. Rocha takes. He sends it to the midfielder. Mireles tight on his back, but he's able to turn him. Gifuni steps in between the center backs as he sends it all the way over to Lopez. Gutierrez now all the way on the right-hand side. Finds Sierra. Sierra, very well played by Sierra, Leslie, and Gutierrez to maintain possession on that right-hand side. Sierra loses out on the ball. Garcia does a really good job of winning the ball back, trying to find Mireles. The touch is just a little too strong, and he misses out on it. And now Pfeiffer have the ball inside their own half. Michael sends it long. It goes behind Sierra. It's a foot race, and Wright is inside the box. He's right in front of the goalkeeper. He sends it. He shoots, and he's able to get it past Lopez. And now it's 2-0 to the Pfeiffer Falcons. A beautiful pass in behind creates confusion and creates disarray in the Averett back line. And Wright is able to win the foot race, and it goes, and it bounces around, it goes around, but he's able to get control of it, and he gets a toe poke onto it after he cuts inside, and he gets it past Lopez and sends the Pfeiffer players and bench into ecstasy. As there's 39 minutes left, 39 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Averett now 2-0 behind on home turf. There's no need to throw the kitchen sink at it yet, but they need to respond, and they need to respond quickly. As it's sent long straight away. And the goalkeeper is caught off guard. It finds Garcia. Garcia not able to get it under control. Gifuni now trying to control it, but he's not able to. Rocha takes, and it takes it long, and it finds someone in behind, but they're not able to control it. But all over the pitch, it's not only close to the box, but all over the pitch, Pfeiffer are really good at those deep throws, trying to get in behind. It seems like the difference between Averett and Pfeiffer is that Pfeiffer know what they're doing. They have this style implemented. Like they are aware of their capabilities, but also their limits. They're aware that they might not be the most technically beautiful team. They're not Barcelona in 2011, but they might be Stoke in the mid-2010s. Stoke City, very known for their direct approach and getting results and being defensively solid. But Pfeiffer might not be that extreme, but they're very good at making the most out of set pieces, like Rory Delap, the long thrower, was known for. But also just making life difficult for their opponents. Averett are a team that enjoys possession, and possession have been tight just in favor of Averett. In the first half, it was 51% in their favor, but they've had a really difficult time of maintaining possession, but not only maintaining possession, as possession stats have been tight, but also making the most out of the possession they have. When they have possession, it's rarely in dangerous opportunities or dangerous situations. It must be said, Averett have created chances, and they have, been able to conjure up things at times. But, it just hasn't been enough or as fruitful as they wish, whilst Pfeiffer are content with not creating much and not having many passes, as they go very direct. They're eager to get in behind, and they have the players to do so, and they've assembled the squad that they have. They've created a game plan that really suits this team, and credit where credit's due, they've done a really good job of doing so. But Averett have very, very good players, very technically gifted players, and they need to make the most out of that. What's beautiful about this sport is that there is no answer sheet. There is no type of player, type of build, type of thing that will get more results than others. You see, these are two teams with very different play styles, play different formations, but they can win in either way. Fernando Pintos now trying to conjure something up. He plays it back to Mireles. Mireles under pressure plays Sierra. Sierra has time. He finds Mireles on the left-hand side, getting closer and closer to the box. He loses control of the ball. He's able to win it back. He plays a 1-2 with Pintos, trying to find Hanscom in behind. Hanscom does a really good job. Hanscom did a really good job of applying pressure and making life difficult for Michael, but just about went out for a goal kick in favor of the Falcons. The question now, with 2-0 behind, how will Coach Wilson manage this team? He has a very difficult task ahead of him, but him and his team have been able to do it before. There's no reason they can't do it tonight. Really good pressure by Averett, but Pfeiffer does an even better job of maintaining possession. But now a pass backwards means that Averett have the chance to send players up. Blanks does a really good job of applying pressure, but once again, Rocha is able to get past. And they're in the foot race with Sierra. Sierra is able to get it to Lopez. Lopez clears it. Rocha tries to find someone in behind. It's intercepted by Gutierrez, but no team able to maintain possession. It's deemed an offside call. There's a little dispute over where the ball should be placed. And there's a lack of control, and because the ball, the free kick was taken and it hit a player of Pfeiffer and then flicked on in behind to another Pfeiffer player. But Anibal Lopez did a really good job of being alert, and he clears it, but no team was able to maintain possession. And now there's a very dangerous tackle by Hamskom, it seemed like. At first, it seemed like he got the ball first, but I don't know if he got the player after or at the same time. The referee is forced to stop the time. The Pfeiffer players in discussion with the referee, trying to understand one another. The referee signals for a throw-in favor of Pfeiffer. It's taken deep. And now it goes in behind Sierra. Sierra trying to get his body in front. Ends up elbowing Hooker. Sierra showing his frustration, and he gets a yellow card. Once again, an intense battle. It seems like there's two sets of players who don't like each other's company, we can put it that way. They're having a hard time sharing the pitch with one another. As Cabrera is the one set to take the free kick. It goes deep, very deep, to the second post. Once again called for offside. It's taken quickly as Bradley finds the space in front of him. He tries to find Hamskom in behind, but his pass is intercepted. Sierra and Hooker with once again in an intense battle. This time it's Sierra who draws the foul. As is Josh Escobar, who fouls Daniel Sierra. Diego Gufuni is the one set to take it, as he sends Daniel Sierra and Fernando Pintos up. The center backs joining this offensive set piece. Pintos, he tries to maintain possession of the set piece, but he's not able to now. Right, with tons of space and speed, he sends Hooker in behind, just outside the box. He cuts inside, he finishes. A very dangerous counterattack led to a dangerous shot right outside the box. A left-footed shot by Hooker. He cuts inside from the right-hand side, but it all started after Fernando Pintos lost control of the ball deep inside of the Pfeiffer half. They launch a counterattack. It goes quick, and it's Wright, who's been so explosive and been so good at running with the ball at high speed. He runs with it. He found Hooker in behind, and they created a goal-scoring opportunity, which was just about outside of the post. It beat the goalkeeper, beat the post too. as now there's more and more tension between the two teams and the referee. The referee gives Escobar a yellow card because he kicked the ball after the referee blew the whistle. Once again, Diego Gafuni set to take as Sierra and Pintos is up there from their center backs positions. Gafuni sends it deep. It's high. And the goalkeeper, it was difficult for him, but he does a really good job of clutching the ball, maintaining it in his arms. And even though he fell, he created no rebound. He puts it down. He gets pressured by Hamskom, signals his fullback to run. He tries to get into his path, but he's not able to. As Blanks is trying to clutch the ball from the Pfeiffer bench. Gifuni does a good job evading the pressure. Sends it to Sierra. Sierra with space in front of him. He runs with the ball into that space. Tries to find Hamskom. He's not able to. As Garcia tries to maintain possession. But now it's Pfeiffer with the ball. Joop runs with it. He finds Wright. Wright tries to do a roulette past Sierra. He's not able to. Sierra trying to find Blanks in behind. But it's deflected and out. A throw in. Blanks trying to put himself in between the ball and Rocha. He's not able to. Pfeiffer trying to launch a counterattack, but it's intercepted by Gutierrez. Gutierrez all the way over to Pintos. Pintos has space in front of him. Pintos sends it deep. Really well done by the goalkeeper to punch it out, and he launches a counterattack. Rocha decides to send Hooker in behind. And he's in behind, and he's alone with the goalkeeper. He shoots! And he misses! He could have put the game to bed. He did such a good job of running into the ball in behind, getting past Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to head it to his goalkeeper so the goalkeeper could pick it up. He wasn't able to get the right connection onto it. He sends Hooker alone with the goalkeeper, but once again, this time the other post with the other foot from the other side of the box. He sends it wide, and it's still 2-0 here at the Daly Field on the Frank R. Campbell Stadium for everyone who's just joined us, who just saw that chance. That was a huge, huge chance, arguably the biggest chance of the game. And once again, Hamskom doesn't stay on his feet. He goes over to Michael, I believe it is. Alex Michael, as he's the one who was fouled. Referee forced to stop the clock at 30 minutes and 2 seconds as the AT runs onto the pitch. Hamskom, after his yellow card, still continues to discuss with the referee. He's just being subbed out, I believe. For at least the player coming on is Moses Kushindi. It is Hamskom out, Kushindi in. We'll wait. Time will tell, but this might mean that just because they're two so different players, that there will be a tactical and mental switch here. With 30 minutes left, that means in total we've hit the 60-minute mark. 1 hour of soccer has been played. And Pfeiffer have been effective in their chance creation. They haven't dominated the ball, but they've done well in creating opportunities when they've had it. We've seen Averett more and more trying to dominate possession and be more patient with the ball, not being as direct, but they're still not able to move their opponent in the right way. Pfeiffer has been very disciplined in their defensive transitions, but also in their defensive formation and positions. They've done a really good job of keeping it tight, keeping it compact, making the pitch small for Averett. But with that being said, there are players here who could conjure up something. Hugo Mireles with a chance early on. A chance out of nowhere. He hit the crossbar from very, very deep. But also, just before that. As we mentioned earlier, Hudson Bradley had a great cross on the left-hand side, which almost found Joshua Garcia. So there are definitely signs of Averett not only getting back into this game, but creating something. And they've shown urgency, they've shown intensity, and they've showed willingness to battle. But just at times a lack of control, but they've done a really good job of getting the ball back onto the ground now, maintaining possession, 1-2 touches. Mario Gutierrez had his time to assess his options. He's trying to find blanks onto his foot as he flicks it onto Kushindi. Kushindi wasn't able to get onto it. Mireles takes it quickly to Leslie. Leslie's intercepted by Wright. Wright once again showing no signs of stopping. He sends in behind. He tries to find Hooker, but Hooker is deemed offside. There seems to be a break of some sorts due to a Pfeiffer player being down. This game has been very difficult to analyze simply due to the fact that it's two teams that have been battling it out more on a physical front rather than a tactical and technical front per se. But there has been some very good moments of soccer, so credit where credit is due. We're just hoping to see even more of that. Averett need to take command of this game and play in the way they want to, as they've struggled to at times maintain possession, but they've done that better in the second half. But also they're playing the game into Pfeiffer's hands at times. But now they've evaded that first line of pressure. Mireles maintains possession as he finds Leslie. Leslie with the first time pass to Gutierrez. Gutierrez with another first time pass to Sierra. Sierra assesses his options, looking for someone to pass to. He finds Pintos. Pintos all the way on the left-hand side, trying to find someone in behind. Blanks pointing for it. Pintos continues his run as he finds Bradley. Bradley. The Pfeiffer bench is very happy with the defensive work by Pfeiffer catching Hudson Bradley offside. It seems like maybe I gotta wait till the players position themselves once again, but it almost looks like 4-3-3 of some sorts again by Averett, a formation that they've been used to for many years. But it just, it seems like they're reverting back from to a 4-3-3 from that 5-3-2. With Bradley on the left, and then it looked like blanks on the right, Kashindi in the middle, and then Garcia and Mireles behind them, and then Gifuni as a 6, as a holding player, as the Busquets role, if that's a good reference for anyone, and then Leslie and Pintos as the fullbacks, with Sierra and Gutierrez as the two center backs. So that seems like that seems like a more possession-based formation, as the reason to switch to 5-3-2 was for the defensive solidity and not necessarily to maintain possession. But now being 2-0 behind on home turf, changes are needed to be done. Sierra sets it all the way back to Lopez. Lopez to Gutierrez. Gutierrez being pressured intensely, tries to find Garcia. Rocha intercepts, but slices off his foot. As Leslie took it deep, and it bounced over Cabrera. And Blanks almost got to it, but it was very well done by the Pfeiffer defensive line to cover for Cabrera and clear it out. Throw is taken once again, and once again sliced, so it's cleared out, and it goes for another throw in. Leslie set once again to take. Finds Mireles. Mireles back to Leslie. Leslie does not show any doubt in his crosses. He loves to get a really good whip, very much curl and very much power on his crosses. So when he gets it right with the right time and space, they are very dangerous, which is why he's so good at that fullback role. His willingness to overlap and then get around to get the cross in. Hasn't hit one so far. It's taken deep. They try to find Pintos. Leslie takes it down. He thought about the shot. I've been there myself. I can see it on him. He thought about it, but he wasn't able to get it out of his feet. Mireles sends it deep. It's sent deep, but it's intercepted by Mireles. As no team able to keep it. Gutierrez down to Lopez. Bradley making himself available on the left-hand side. Goes back to Gutierrez. Bradley with a lot of space on this left-hand side. Now it's Lopez to Pintos. Pintos does a good job of evading the press, finding Mireles. It goes in between Garcia and Blanks, which means that Cabrera is able to step in and clear it. A lot more positive play by Averett. Thrown is taken into the feet of Blanks. He's able to turn, does a really good job of turning his marker, and he finishes. He just didn't get the connection he desired. But a very good piece of play by Bradley to get it onto his feet, and then by Blanks to turn and finish. Rocha on the left-hand side, pressured by Garcia. He sends it long. Hooks and Gutierrez has been at it all night. Hooks thought he got the better of Gutierrez, but Gutierrez able with a last-ditch tackle to get onto it. It goes out for a throw-in. Once again, a throw-in for Pfeiffer inside, deep inside the Cougar half. It's taken long. It's high. This time it wasn't able to be flicked on, and it's cleared. They try to find someone behind, but Anibal gratefully is able to clutch it. He runs outwards, trying to find something to start. He shows his frustration, not being able to start anything. Signaling to Sierra to go out, make space for himself. Baiting Hooker, then finding Gutierrez. Gutierrez looking for something. Tries to find Mireles. He's not able to. Pintos does a really good job of winning the ball back for his team. Finding Gufuni. Gufuni's pass to Garcia. Garcia with a first-time flick to Kushindi. Kushindi trying to get it back to Garcia, but they're not able to. Kushindi does a really good job of winning the ball back. Maintaining possession. Finds Bradley. Bradley to Mireles. Mireles trying to find Kushindi in behind, but ends up in the feet of Michael. Michael sends it long. Mireles is able to get a foot onto it. Pintos with a beautiful turn and another beautiful turn. And he's fouled by Jonathan Hansen. It says here Hansen is from South Carolina, but I must say, as someone who is from Norway with a very Norwegian surname, Hansen. I even say it in the Norwegian way, Hansen. You know, there might be something there. I'm just telling you, number 17, Jonathan Hansen, you should take like a ancestry test. As it's taken deep. And Hansen and Pintos once again going at it. Pintos believed he was dragged down by Hansen. And goes back up, gives him a little shoulder. The clearance by Pfeiffer was really well dealt with by Averett. Now they have the ball back again. Garcia with a beautiful turn. And Mireles tried to do one himself, but for those who didn't notice, he did get his shirt pulled onto. Bradley takes it quickly to Gifuni. Bradley to Sierra. And they switch the point of attack over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez now turns and finds Leslie. Leslie, ooh, with a little ankle breaker. He finds Kushindi. Kushindi with a beautiful flick over to Mireles. It's well dealt with, and it's cleared. It seems now that Pfeiffer are content with staying back. They've played a 4-2-3-1 today, I believe, and it's worked well. Hansen and Pintos once again going at it. Pintos puts it down, with Mireles quickly finding Leslie. Leslie trying to find someone in behind. And it goes in behind. And it drops. And it's finished. And it's just outside the post once again. I was just about to say that Pfeiffer have been more and more defensive, not only in terms of formation, but their block is getting lower and lower. And they're making life difficult for Averett by minimizing those spaces, making it compact, forcing Averett to play the ball out wide. And they haven't been as direct in terms of wanting to get in behind, which I understand. I mean, the players running in behind constantly get tired. But now they found something. They got in behind, and it went in this space we call no man land, but behind the center backs, but in front of the goalkeeper. No one able to get control. And Anibal Lopez does a good job being alert, trying to sweep it away. He wasn't able to get the connection he desired. And it lands in the feet of Wesley Hooker whilst he's on the ground. And he tries to kick it. And he gets a relatively good connection onto it. And it goes high, but just outside the right post, just like he did with his latest chance. So he's been very dangerous. He just got subbed off, but that was a very dangerous attack. It's 20 minutes left. 20 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. The longer Averett go without getting a real chance, the more difficult this gets, as Gefuni loses the ball right in front of his own box. Pfeiffer have it in the box. A very good block by Gutierrez. He finds Bradley. Bradley instructing Garcia to get ahead of him. And they play a good 1-2. Bradley isn't able to maintain possession. Tournament is taken into the central area. Pfeiffer does a good job of maintaining possession inside the half. They still have the ball. Gutierrez with a good interception, but it's taken from him. It's switched all the way over. They still have the ball. This time on the left-hand side, it's taken. And it's good. It's a field goal. But dangerous attack from Pfeiffer. They did a really good job of understanding the situation rather than they first try to get in behind quickly because they won the ball high up the pitch. But after that, they did a good job of just maintaining possession. It was good game management by Averett now. They're struggling to... They've done a good job of maintaining possession and then getting, at times, into that final third. But this time still, it's almost like there's a blurry line between urgency and rushing things. Urgency does not mean you need to rush things. Urgency just means there is a pace and purpose about the play. And at times there has been. I've been impressed at times, but being impressed at times doesn't seem to be enough today. Referee stops the clock and gives out a card for ball movement, time wasting, something like that, as there's a free kick inside the Pfeiffer half in favor of Averett on the right-hand side, as Pintos looks like he's talking with the Pfeiffer bench, as he's set to curl this one inwards. Takes it, it goes deep, and it finds Sierra. Sierra with the finish. They say he took it with his hand. It was a very well-taken free kick by Pintos. It was relatively low as well, which makes it more easier to deal with as an attacker. So it was a very well placed pass, but also a very good run. It was just unlucky that it hit his arm on the way, but that was one of the more dangerous opportunities we've seen. Fernando Pintos is as we mentioned earlier, a very technically gifted player, but especially on that right-hand side when he's able to cut inside and make things happen. Then he's very much a player to watch. It's sent long. Pintos in the aerial duel. Pintos being frustrated. He creates a foul. Sorry, he commits a foul. And he fouled number 16, Benji Landaverde. It's another free kick inside the Averett half. A very dangerous situation. We know how direct and how much they like to get in behind. One arm in there as it's taken. It's deep. It goes all the way to the second-hand post. It's taken and it's played across the box. It's a poor clearance. It's finished. It's shot and it's a goal. It must said it's a beautiful finish by number 10, Drew Garrow. A deep set piece, creating disarray inside the box. They're not able to clear it, and it goes just about inside the box, and it's beautifully taken on the half volley, or on that just right after the bounce. I believe it took a touch just on the bounce. He finishes it. I mean, Anibal Lopez did a very good job of getting low quickly, but when it's struck that well, it's very difficult to deal with. It's 3-0 to Pfeiffer here at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium on the Daly Field. And it's 17 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock. As Averett now, I mean, it's now or never. At least they need to create something. They need to not only give themselves a lifeline, but create a little, don't let Pfeiffer be so comfortable. See, now they're getting in behind now as Blanks has it just inside the box. He tries to send it in. He doesn't get it to anyone. Pfeiffer have stood strong in their 4-2-3-1, which is a very flexible formation. The wingers go up, they go down. If you have willing wingers, there you can cover a lot of space with such a formation. And then the 10 behind the 9, you make it. You have those movements, those connections. There was a foot race in behind here on the right-hand side, but Bradley was showing a lot of pace this late into the game. Very impressed with his stamina, his willingness, his speed, and his conditioning, his intensity. The throw-in was taken deep. Sierra heads it onto Lopez, who gets it to Leslie. Something just happened. Sorry, I didn't see what happened, but there's a lot of things going on. As I think Gifuni is down, and the Averett bench showed a lot of frustration, and so did Sierra. He started shouting at his left-hand sided linesman. So exactly what went. I was following the ball more. I just saw that there was a ball thrown by Anibal Lopez into the path of Patrick Leslie. But after that, I'm not sure. Diego Funi all of a sudden on the ground with his hands in his face. So exactly what happened, I'm not sure. But the referee gives the ball back to Anibal Lopez, and now Pfeiffer were given the opportunity to settle themselves, get back into position. Sierra trying to maintain possession. He's fouled. Averett sending players up. You can see they're trying to get into that middle space. There's 3 players, Garcia, Hamscom, and Blanks in there. And then Pintos deciding to keep that space in between the left fullback, and the center back open. The left fullback decides to come inwards. So does Pintos, but as Pintos keeps that width, he will have a lot more space in front of him. Maybe he can then run into. Sierra in a... Wow. There's a lot of things going on this right-hand side. It seems like number 16, Benji Landaverde, and Sierra were in a very heated battle on that right-hand side. Sierra trying to get to the inside on his preferred left foot. But then, both players showcasing their frustration. As Diego Gifuni, who steps into the ball, he sends it deep. Joshua Garcia trying to run onto it. He's not able to. That free kick went all the way out, and it's a throw-in all the way on the other side, deep inside the Pfeiffer half, but in their favor. Throw-in is taken long. Another intense battle as players are really going at it with one another. Pintos and Hansen once again. Hansen pressing Pintos intensely. It goes out for a throw-in right in front of the Pfeiffer bench as Leslie has it in his hands. He sends it long. Hamscom is able to chest it down, but he's not able to find Pintos. More pushing as well, as it's another throw-in right in front of the Pfeiffer bench. It's taken deep. Cabrera mistimes it, sends it to goes to Blanks. Blanks trying to find Hamscom in behind. Pfeiffer now making a substitution, making sure that they have fresh legs to close out this game. They have made life difficult for Averett. You have to feel for Averett in a way, just due to the lack of squad depth, meaning that the tactical flexibility, but also the squad rotation becomes very difficult. And Pfeiffer have done really well since their last goal in just making life difficult for Averett, keeping this pitch and spaces small, compact. Sure, letting Averett maintain possession, but mostly in their own defensive third or in the middle third, or when they advance, it's often out wide. It seems like it's pinball, but in the air. It might be volleyball as the two teams go at it. It's a free kick in favor of Averett inside their own half, around the 40-yard line. Gutierrez takes it quickly to Bradley. Bradley, first time touch to Gifuni. Gifuni assesses. He continues to run with the ball. He loses control of it. And now Pfeiffer with a lot of space inside the middle third. They switch the point of attack over to the left-hand side. They're entering, and now they're inside of the attacking third. A great tackle by Leslie. Leslie trying to get inside of that middle third. He's not able to. He's intercepted. And now it's a 1v1 outside on the left-hand side. Ignacio Aron does a really good job of stopping it. Pintos now launching a counterattack. He tries to find Blanks in behind. 1v1 versus Rocha. He gets around him. He does a really good job of doing so. He sends it, and he sends a good pass into the second post, but it ends up being behind Garcia and a little too strong for Hamscom to get onto. But that was a very good counterattack, very promising counterattack by the Averett University Cougars. Diego's long pass is intercepted, but it lands onto the feet of Mireles. Mireles finds Leslie. Leslie to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, who is spaced in front of him. He runs into it. He sends it long. It's intercepted by Michael, but stays in the air. He heads it. But now it's in the middle third. Gutierrez runs onto it. He does a good job of intercepting. He finds Pintos. Pintos does a good job of maintaining possession. Leslie finds Gifuni. Gifuni tries to cut, but he's not able to. Is deflected off Gifuni, and it goes out for a throw-in inside the Pfeiffer half on the right-hand side in their favor. There seems to be substitutions of some sort, which are holding the game up. But now the free kick is set to be taken by Michael. Gutierrez wins his aerial battle. It's a free kick inside the Averett half in favor of the Falcons. A little past the 40-yard line towards the 30-yard line on the right-hand side in this half space, right central space. With under 10 minutes left of the game, Cabrera sends it deep. His set piece is what launched the goal, the final goal that Pfeiffer scored. Joshua Garcia latches onto it. He gets back onto his feet. Gifuni not able to maintain possession. It's finished. A great save. And it's a free kick right outside the Averett box on that left central area. In favor of Pfeiffer. A very, very dangerous set piece. One that's difficult because it's so far out wide that you could cross it. But when you're so close to the goal, you might as well shoot. So it's a very difficult kind of set piece for both sets of teams. Offensively, you don't know how to make the most out of it. What's the most efficient, especially when you're 3-0 up. You don't need to send many people up. You can, as Pfeiffer are doing, keep people back. It's taken. It's straight into the wall. Aron runs onto it. Aron spins. He evades pressure. He finds Mireles. Mireles able to maintain it. He finds Blanks. Blanks to Hamscom. Hamscom tried to find Garcia, I believe, in behind. But he's not able to. It goes out for a goal kick. My point was that offensively as well, offensively, obviously, it's difficult because you don't know how to make the most out of it, but also game management. But also, defensively, where do you position your wall? Who do you send up? Who do you send to mark who? All these kind of decisions. But not only is it difficult decisions, but they need to be taken quickly, usually by a defender in there or goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper needs to have his wall set up, and it's very important because if his wall is set up poorly, as we've seen before, even at the highest level, if it's a poor wall, as in terms of it doesn't cover enough ground, then the angles are clear and you can just curve it over or around, whatever it may be. So all those small intricate stuff are very important in set pieces. As Pfeiffer enter the final third, it's blown for offside. Averett showing signs, but signs aren't enough when it's 6 minutes left of the game. Gutierrez to Bradley. Bradley loses out on possession. Gutierrez jockeys, but Pfeiffer have it in the box. It's finished. A good save. Lopez once again showing his ability to be agile and getting down quickly. He sends it long, quick. It's high, but finds Pintos. Pintos able to find Aaron. Aaron trying to find Pintos again, and he does. A beautiful touchdown. He has it. And it's Kushindi who tried to get control of it, but he's not able to. It's cleared out. Pintos finds Kushindi. Kushindi back to Pintos. A beautiful 1-2 as Pintos drives into the box. He shoots, and it's very well worked by Pintos on the right-hand side, cutting inside and trying to find that near post, but really well done by the goalkeeper to smother it out, and it goes out for a corner on the right-hand side. It seems to be it's set to take by Pintos, which means it's an in-swinger, which might make life very difficult for the goalkeeper. It's taken, and it gets somewhere, but it's deflected off of Aaron, and it goes out for a goal kick. Pfeiffer taking their time to get settled, to find their rhythm again. The goalkeeper ushers his team upwards, trying to get the ball out of harm's way. It's taken long. It's flicked on. And it's cleared after the whistle was blown. And it's a yellow card for Aiden Dualen. Gifuni is the one that will take it. It's on the north side of the 40-yard line. He's waiting to take it, but there seems to be something happening on the bench. Exactly what happened, I'm not sure of, but the referee blows the whistle so the game can get going again. Diego Gifuni plays a 1-2 with Gutierrez, but his final pass is insufficient, and his second pass is insufficient too. It's blocked. Really well done by Pfeiffer to maintain possession. As the goalkeeper sends it long out of harm's way. There's a run in behind and it's flicked, but Bradley is able to intercept. He loses control of it. It's blown, and it's a free kick in favor of Pfeiffer. In between the 30 and 40-yard line in this central area. Drugero is the one standing over it, the one who scored that beautifully finished third goal. He's looking for someone to find in behind. It's taken in behind. Leslie's able to head it out. Pintos latches onto it. As he loses the ball, the Pfeiffer bench are loving it. They're going ecstatic. And it's sent out, but it's thrown right into the feet of Leslie. To Mireles, back to Pintos, back to Mireles, to Pintos. And finds Aaron in the middle. But another yellow card is dished out, as it's a late tackle. Number 9, Fernando Pintos, the sophomore from Vigo, has been a beacon today. He's been a light. He's been a positive light. As at times, his directness has benefited the team. He's still raw. It's still American soccer compared to Spanish soccer is very difficult to get used to just because of the pure physicality. But he's done a very good job of using his technical ability to get past players. It's a throw-in in favor of Pfeiffer. It's taken deep, a very long throw. Leslie under pressure, he sends it to Lopez. Lopez, with time and space, he's not being pressured, he sends it short to Gutierrez. Gutierrez asking for someone to show, finds Leslie. Leslie first to Mireles. Mireles and Pintos play a 1-2 to Aaron. Aaron to Mireles. Mireles over to Bradley. They switch the point of attack, trying to find that space in behind. Garcia trying to run in behind the fullback. Forces the fullback to clear it. Bradley set to take the throw in. He sends it to Mireles. Mireles evades pressure by sending it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez lets it roll and he finds Lopez. Lopez takes a touch and sends it to Leslie. Leslie with time and space. He runs into it. Trying to find someone in behind. He plays a 1-2. He finds Kushindi. A great crunching tackle. Blanks tries to flick it onto Will Davis. But it goes into the hands of the goalkeeper. The goalie sends it long. It hits the head of Bradley and it goes out for a throw-in inside the Averett half on the right-hand side in favor of the Falcons. It's a deep throw. It's intercepted by Mireles. Finds the head of Garcia. Garcia to Aaron. Aaron's clearance is intercepted. It's now on the left-hand side. And it's cleared into the trees. I can see the ball kind of, and it's still in sight, luckily. But they're not in doubt when it comes to these clearances. Pfeiffer, last couple of clearances, even though they've been short and just straight out of play, they've really hammered it. The referee does stop the play and doesn't make it waste too much time as Leslie takes it to Gutierrez, to Lopez. Lopez finds Bradley. Bradley sends it long first time, but it goes high in the air. The headed clearance goes in behind, but Gutierrez is there to stop it. Gutierrez does a really good job of evading pressure in between two. He spins again, and he's able to get past the fourth. He does really well. And he finds Davis. And there, the whistle is blown. It ends Averett 0, Pfeiffer 3. Pfeiffer showing how much that meant, and they deserve to celebrate. They've despite how much the two teams have battled, for better or for worse, they created very dangerous opportunities and they made life difficult for Averett. So very well played on their behalf. I don't really know how to break this one down, to be honest with you guys. It's difficult because the limitations are getting more and more obvious on Averett's and Coach Wilson's behalf. So you have to throw some grace because it's very difficult to inject energy into the team with the lack of squad depth. And sure, there are positives with the smaller squad, such as team cohesion, team unity, team roles, positions, no isolation, and so on, but that doesn't mean that it's only positive. It's obviously very difficult tactically and physical rotation. So, it was a very difficult game for Averett. They struggled in that offensive third because Pfeiffer made the game physical in many sense. In terms of what Averett created, a lot of it came direct. But when Averett were able to maintain possession, keep it short, and attract that pressure, they did well. So there are signs there. So those signs, we'll see more of those here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. My name is Carlos Soli, and thank you very much for joining me tonight to watch this game. It ended Averett 0, Pfeiffer 3. Have a good night.